Hey, how's it going everyone? It's Killer Combat here with a NEWSTARS video update. So today is the Royal Battle Reward rotation, so I'm just going to have a look and just make sure that I'm still ranked 20th. So yep, and it's saying that I need to rank 10 places higher now in order to get the high level reward, and looking at 10 places above me, this guy looks a bit too strong, so I'm just kind of keeping an eye on any last minute challenges. Flaming did beat me, but then I beat him right back after doing a few minor upgrades. So just to give you a quick idea of what I've been working on recently, I've been trying to upgrade my substitutes. So I've actually got my Camoranesi to max stats now on most of the stats, so there's no point keep spending gold and then only leveling up one stat, so I'm just kind of leaving that where it is. I've put Luis on the subs bench now because he's been swapped out because I've finally got Ramos in my team, and I've also got a treasure gay that I pulled from a card, so I will start to level up both of those guys as well. And there you can see I've got my Ramos now as well. So quite a big difference between Ramos's tackling ability compared to the other two. It might be to do with items and potentials that he's got slightly worse versions of. So now we're just kind of waiting on this last minute just to make sure that I get that rank 20 reward. Okay, look, some last minute battles going on up the top. So it looks like Sensational has been beaten by someone with like 350 less combat power. Wow, that's impressive. Good job to you, Galaxy. Let's have a look, see what the difference is between their teams. Okay, so Galaxy has gone for a 5-man midfield formation and has put a lot of focus into that 5-man midfield. So what it looks like he's doing is he's depending on his 3-star S keeper to make a lot of his saves, while his really heavily leveled midfield does a lot of the winning the ball, distributing the ball, retaining possession, that sort of thing, and then getting that ball up to that highly leveled Robbie Keane as well. So a really good strategy that he's using, and Sensational has just gone for a kind of all-round kind of power. So he's kind of keeping up. Well, he's got a lot of S players, and they're very highly strengthened. So probably spent quite a few diamonds on S packs in order to be able to do that. So fair play. Okay, so it looks like I've managed to pull off rank 20. Sorry, Flaming mate, but you should have come back to challenge me. Unless you run out of challenge chances. I don't know what the case was. Leave me a comment if you want to give me an idea of what was happening there behind the scenes. So right, so that means I've got only 85k. I mean, it's not a great deal, to be honest. Got loads of that Galaxy guy who came first wants to be my friend. Right, so there isn't really a right lot I can do with that. What I can do is have a look at some potentials, because I kind of want to see why that Ramos is so much lower. For a start, actually, let's have a look at the difference in equips. So Ramos has got an 800 leg shield. Okay, he's got a 1500. Wow, that is big. And then another 800. So, and let's have a look at the difference between Pepe's and Ramos's potentials. So, because they should be a bit closer in terms of tackling stats. So Pepe has a 330 master tackling, and Ramos has... Okay, so he's losing like 110 in terms of potential. So I wonder why there's such a big difference between their stats. So Ramos is sitting on 5'6", and 6'4", so It's like an 800 difference. That's quite a lot. I don't know. And he seems to be down in all stats as well, just in general. Oh no, he's got a lot higher awareness. So maybe that's why. Stealing. Ramos is a lot better at slide tackles, apparently. I've changed my mind on what stealing is. I believe that tackling is when the player stays on his feet and kind of just takes the ball off them, like in Pro Evo FIFA, you know, where you just do kind of an X tackle sort of thing, where they stay on their feet and they just kind of take the ball off them, shoulder to shoulder, take the ball off them, and then run off with the ball. Whereas stealing is a slide tackle. I think that's what those two mean now. So I could be wrong, I could be right. At the end of the day, it's all educated guessing, because there's no official word from the developers about what these stats actually do. So you kind of have to use your best judgment and experience to determine what they mean. But that's my new thinking about it now. So yeah, there's Ramos has got quite a lot of stealing, so that maybe that's where that discrepancy comes from. And false, Pepe is better. I mean, overall, I would say Pepe is probably a better defender, to be fair. I like false on a defender. I like false on every player, to be honest. The awareness, yeah, I do like the awareness. It means they're going to be in position to make tackles, fair enough. But I mean, the difference between the stealing and the tackling, where Ramos is slightly higher at stealing, it's not as much as the difference between their tackling stats. So I would say Pepe inches ahead of Ramos in terms of overall stats. So now what I'm looking to do is I'm going to wait until I get my 36 cards, matches rather, out the way, and then I need to decide on which player I'm going to get for free. So a couple of ideas I was thinking of. I was having a look at goalkeepers, because I'm having a bit of a nightmare trying to get Seaman or Cesar with the spare energy I get at the end of the day on Legend of Glory. So I was looking at Peter Cech, who fits into my formation. He's a superstar, so that's essential. And then he actually links up with Luis and Lampard. So that could be interesting, because Luis is going to be on my subs bench and will remain on my subs bench for a long time, because he's a part of the Goal Dream Begins quite frequently. So I'll be able to break him through. And then Lampard, just one single midfielder. And because I'm playing a 5-man midfield, at the moment I'm going to be running for sure Giggs and Kaká, because they're part of my kind of mid to long term plans, and then Beckham and Scholes potentially as well. So even if I was going to run all of those, that would only be 4. So Lampard could make the 5th. So that's a feasible kind of team plan. And then I don't know really. The only problem is because some of those players are masters. That's why I'm kind of hesitant, because I can't really split my focus between both. It would just take too long. So I kind of need to focus on one or the other. So I don't know what I'm doing yet. Maybe give me some ideas in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think would be a good idea. Should I mean, before I was getting desperate for a keeper, I was looking at acquiring Kaká, because what I want is someone to replace this guy here. I'd rather have this guy on the bench, and then I would like to move another S into that 3-man core central midfield. So Kaká would fit quite nicely in there, and then we would see what to do after that. What I really want is to get that three-man trio going. I think it's Neymar, Kaká, and who's the other one? Neymar, Kaká, and Ronaldinho. So I think that's the synergy anyway. Let's just double check that. Bearing in mind that would mean that so I was right. Bearing in mind that would mean that I would need to remove Eto'o and Adriano, which is a shame, because they're kind of really strong master attackers with a strong focus on their shooting and false So they are really good finishers. I don't know, it's tricky. That's the thing. If you're not able to spend a lot of diamonds, it does become a very long process, and you need to kind of have very focused goals. Otherwise, if you kind of do a bit of everything, then you just kind of fall further and further behind. So I kind of need a plan ASAP on what I'm going to do. And I'm struggling now because I'm hitting a lot of 50s. All I can really upgrade is substitutes and potentials. So I'm not able to break anyone through. I'm not able to kind of level anyone up anymore. So I kind of need to decide what's going to happen. I'll tell you what would be useful. Let's have a quick look at who's the new Gold Dream Begins player. An A defender. So, I mean, if I've got any spare energy, then I will get it because it could be used to strengthen. But it's not the priority by a long shot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What I can do is I'm going to do some learn 10 times on potentials quickly, just to upgrade one of my potentials. It's just progress is extremely slow, especially today because I spent all my gold on crafting the Ramos when I got all the fragments I needed, and then leveling him straight to 50 cost me a lot of gold. So that was kind of all the gold I had available for today. And let's see. It's a tricky one, that's for sure. I could do with some more saving on my keeper, to be honest. Where's my saving potential? I think it's near the top. Yeah, there it is. So let's just upgrade that. Okay, so level 8. I'm going to basically keep leveling that until it gets to 10 because my keeper's dire. So I just need to get my saving stat, because that's really what's costing me a lot of wins. So let's rematch this guy. This guy beat me, I think, 4-2 earlier. So let's see if I can kind of save a few more shots and maybe even pull off a cheeky win. Because in the immediate kind of vicinity on the Royal Battle, there isn't really anyone else I can challenge at the moment. Okay, so he did get a goal there, but the keeper did make the initial save, so a slight improvement perhaps. Let's see how the rest of the game goes. Okay, so retaining possession far too easily. Okay, good. So my defence doing some holding off there while my midfielder picked up the ball. Okay, good. So quite impressed there. One shot, one goal against an S-rank keeper. That's good. That's definitely the keeper's fault. I mean, that pass was far too near to my keeper, and he hasn't come out and retrieved it. So in them sort of situations, I need some keeper speed, definitely. Okay, so again, yep, good. So some good defensive work in the last third of the pitch. That time the pass was straight at my keeper, so if he would have not picked up that one, I would have been mortified for sure. So it boils down to this same problem again. I'm not getting enough balls into my strikers at the moment, and then as soon as I do, I'm causing problems for his defence, definitely. So I think the biggest problem is definitely my midfield and my keeper. If my keeper can make a few more saves on my midfield, get the ball into that last third of the pitch, into the box, get the ball into my strikers, I can cause some problems. So, I mean, considering I lost and all I've done is upgrade one potential on my keeper, that's done quite a lot. So, oh, actually, he beat me 5-1. So, yeah, huge improvement. So, if I can get my midfield and keeper upgrade a little bit more, I could start looking at top 10. Potentially, depends. It all depends on what everyone else is doing as well. So it seems like every time I have a look at what everyone else is like, I think, oh, well, that's a big upgrade. Then everyone else has moved up considerably. So I'm kind of playing catch up quite a bit. But the VIP still a long way to go. 25 more days at least, and we'll see how much we can get done in those 25 days. And then I'll decide if I want to carry on with this series, or if there's something else I want to do, maybe just focus on my All-Stars videos or something else. So that kind of wraps things up for today. Tomorrow I'm going to be going through, I've got 5 names now for players who want me to play them and then give them feedback on their team. So I've got Malenza FC, Sensational, Royalty FC, Vizundert, and the Bosses FC. So I'm going to be playing those guys on tomorrow's NEWSTARS video and then giving them feedback on their teams. And then I'm going to do an All-Stars video probably tomorrow, because there hasn't really been much happening since yesterday. And then so I'll be doing 2 videos tomorrow. And tomorrow's All-Stars video will be not Royal Battle, it will be some cross-server, because the first day in cross-server it's just everybody racing to get to establish those top positions. So I'll just be playing a lot of people who are far below me in terms of team power, so not really much of interest there. So I'll do tomorrow's cross-server gameplay just to show you how much difference my substitute upgrades have made. I'll tell you now, I was playing some cross-server last night and I was beating Evil. I think I beat him probably about 4 out of 5 games, and I think we drew the other one. So some big increase in my winning potential against him. And then I was also beating MHMD80 as well, about the same. I think we drew, maybe he beat me once, but I think we drew once, and then I beat him every other game. So definitely some big improvements. So I'll be happy to show you that. And then I'll also put Tomo and Perry FC are 2 of my friends on the Real Madrid. So you guys, I'll be playing against you and giving you some tips as well. So yeah, that's what's coming tomorrow, and this is the last video I'll be doing today. So I hope you're enjoying. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think my team, what direction I should be taking, what should I be focusing on. You let me know, and I really want to know what free player I should be getting when those 36 matches have been played. So it's probably about a week and a half before I get that free player, so make sure your ideas are coming in. And if you've got any ideas for other videos, questions, general comments, just general chatter, you know, be sure to comment, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!